Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Naqwatsveni podcast. This is part 2 of KL Chino's episode. Before we get started, I would just like to apologize for this episode. There was some technical difficulties with the original audio. There was some audio that's been just getting cut off, and then the audio would come back on. The audio would cut out, come back on. So I did what I needed to do to try and piece everything together. I hope you guys do enjoy this part 2 of the episode. Coco for listening. Thank you.
Dear Creator, please look out for a young Nietzsche on my relations. Look, I don't even know where to start, but I was taught that when you talk, make sure you speak from the heart. I know I'm missing some parts from the school of hard knocks, but shit, it's all that I got, so come and walk in my moccasins. Good luck, I've been sipping again. Man, I'll pour out my heart, baby, just say when. They know the way that I'm acting is from the baggage I'm packing, but that's what happens when you love with a passion. So go on, tip your glasses. We spent some fucked up days. Ain't no angels in the outfield, I can't catch a break. Well, maybe there is, but they just work in different ways. And hear me out when I light up my stage on my relations.
Do all that, and then like alcohol, of course, played into part. Like I mean, I don't even care if people even know. Like I started drinking when I was a kid. I was only like in sixth grade when I started drinking alcohol, and it was just
Damn.
because because of what I seen. You know what I mean? Like it's because I
Yeah.
knew like it's just what I was around. Like my dad, I would have to take care of him, pull him into the trailer, like drag him in there, and my sister and I would like fucking roll him. Yeah, we'd roll after we drag his big ass into the trailer. We would roll him, and my sister's like, "Oh my God, he's so heavy." I'm like, "I know." And I'm all dragging him inside because he'd be like literally freezing temperatures, and he'd be passed out on the porch. And so like
Jeez.
we didn't want him to freeze or anything. So like we would like just go there to check on him to make sure he's all right, and we like drag him into the house or drag him into the trailer, his trailer, and turn his heater on and get him in bed and everything. Yeah. But we take his money.
This is our
Yeah,
fee
dude.
for
So
being.
yeah, so like my childhood wasn't like all that great. I grew up in a really rough neighborhood. Where I grew up, there was always like police around. I grew up on the south side of Tuba City. Um,
Yeah, I'm from Cuba, so I know what you
you're
mean.
from Tuba, yeah, I grew up on the south side. That's where I lived, born and raised there, or not born there, but like I was raised in that area. People like on all sorts of drugs just laid in our front yard, and my mom, it was crazy because my mom used to just be that person. I was like, you don't judge anybody, like you still help them no matter what. Like everyone has a story and there's a reason why they've chosen, this type of life. And she would like
Yeah.
point out people and she'd be like, that lady right there? And I'm like, yeah, like Tamale lady. She's like, yeah. She's like, she used to have a bachelor's. She has a bachelor's in education and she was a teacher. Her family disowned her and that's why she chose alcohol. But alcohol took over her life. And that's why she is the way she is now. Rest in peace. But um, yeah. And she would just tell me like everyone has a backstory. Like you never push anybody away, no matter who they are or what they do. You never push anybody away. So like growing up, like she would house people. Like people would come over to our house and she used to like let him sleep in our living room. She would feed him. She would bathe him. She would clothe them. Give him her own clothes. Give him my dad's clothes, and send him off with food. And she gave him a couple of bucks. But yeah, that's what she would do every winter. And then in the summertime, she'd always have like, water out, water and all this stuff out and all that for them, where they would come by asking for food and she would give it to them. Like everyone knew my mom to be that person.
That's cool.
So yeah, it was really cool. Like I had a bunch of foster siblings growing up too. Like a lot of people that I guess delinquents, these kids that were delinquents, they would come through our house. I had so many foster siblings. And Yeah, she helped them all graduate high school. It was really cool. I really praise my mom for all the things that she's done.
Your mom has a good
Yeah.
heart.
Heck yeah, she
Need more
does.
people like that.
And I was just the dummy that like went with the wrong crowd. Like I just started like, like I hated my life because of my dad. I had these daddy issues and everything, and I just started like drinking, hanging out with all these wrong people, hung out deeper south, and like I was just one of those real rugged kids. And like I don't know, it was crazy. Like all throughout high school too, I drank and like did all that. Like I got high all the time, got high every day. I would fight a lot. I was always fighting. It was so embarrassing. Now when I look back at it, I'm like, ew, the heck were you? Like I loved school, but I still was like this little fucking, I don't know, little rugged kid. And
What do people misunderstand about you most?
I think they misunderstand the fact that I don't know, like I was like there's two sides to it. I guess it just depends on who I'm hanging out with. I feel like when I hang out with like my little YouTube people, like everyone comes from really good families. And like I listen to their background stories and they're just like really good people. Some people come from like Christian homes, some people come from like, they have both parents, like they, you know what I mean? Like they come from really good homes. Um, and I think people misunderstand me to be like them when I don't want to say that I'm ashamed, but I'm also, I guess you could say I am a little ashamed and a little embarrassed of my background because I'm basically the stereotypical native with like a drunken parent, single parent in the home, poverty, alcoholism, drugs, you know. Me growing up myself, I wish I didn't see the things that I did. Um, I wish I never endured the things that I've been through. Um, and I feel like people mistake me for living this positive lifestyle when I definitely have a lot of trauma that has that I try to deal with on a daily basis as an adult. Um, as far as my other flip side, the people that I knew back then, you know, like they mistake me for being, still down to do a lot of those things. They think that I'm still that type of a person who would like know all these plugs and know all these people and know all these connections, and I'm just like, dude, no, like I'm living a really good life right now. Like I live like a really healthy life. I have my family. It's just like I guess there's just two sides to it. um and it's just because I have just this crazy past. And like growing up, like my mom battled depression like a lot. She battled suicidal ideations. She tried to commit suicide in front of my sister and I multiple times. My sister and I were the ones who stopped her. Just seeing those traumas growing up, it's scary. And my dad just being this drunk and, nowhere found. And, just the person I wish I could run to. Like it's just like I had no outlet. I had no person to go to. Like we did, like I was into all this stuff. Like I still had my spirituality and I still danced like a lot of traditional dances. Like I used to do Yeviche dances. I used to dance, fire dance. Like I used to do squat dances, like I used to do Nada. I used to carry the rattle. Like there's a lot of things I used to do because I was pure. And I felt like that was the biggest thing that was stripped away from me was my spirituality because I wasn't pure anymore and I wasn't able to practice those dances anymore. I wasn't able to help heal people. I wasn't able to be that person for someone anymore. And I felt like that was the biggest thing that I felt was my takeaway from that. Um,
Wow. Yeah, I'm
so
sorry to hear about that.
no, oh yeah, no. I mean, like I'm dealing with it. I've dealt with it already. I've forgiven this person. I've never, I'm very like alert now, especially when it comes to, my kids, and, all of those play into like a bigger part of like who I am today. And, even like not even just within my youth, my childhood, like being a teen parent and then going into like this new relationship and be with this person for 10 over like about 10 years and going through abuse, like I feel like I think I've only stuck it out because I felt like that's how you're supposed to be loved because my dad used to be abusive. Um, just seeing that being abused by, he would abuse my mom, abuse us kids, and drink. It was just kind of like very traumatic. And like I'm just like again, like I just always ask myself like how the fuck am I still alive to this day? How the heck did I like, beat all these crazy odds that like I've gotten beaten to the point where I was in the hospital? Like, how the hell did I freaking survive any of all this stuff? I got into two car accidents. Like, what the heck? Like, it's crazy. Um, it's really crazy.
Yeah, well, you have a purpose here. That's why you're still here, and I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
dude,
that
heck
your
yeah.
purpose is showing now because of like with your YouTube and all your content that you've been putting out, and also like you have your own clothing brand that's going to be dropping. I don't know if it dropped yet.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a work in progress. We have been Oh, that one has been crazy. And dude, like, thank you. I appreciate you about all of that. Like I feel like, I think that's what I always keep in my head is I do have a purpose here. I'm still trying to find it, but I do have a purpose. I know I'm here for a reason. I know there's a reason why, like I'm still lingering around here annoying everybody. Like there's a reason for all of this. And, like I'm happy. I have a really great support system. I have my mom, I have my family, I have my kids, my ex-boyfriend's family, I have them. I have a really great support system who's never let me down in any situation. And, like I praise every one of them because it takes a lot, it takes a village to raise some kids. So I commend them for everything and all the advice that I've been given. And it feels good to actually, like serve that purpose for somebody. And I think that's what keeps my content going is the fact that, like I do get messages of people saying like, hey, like I watched your video, I watched this, I watched that, like, and I'm really proud of you and you inspire me to do this. You inspire me to do, to continue. And I had suicidal ideations and this and that. And like after seeing your video, it just made me so happy. Like it literally turned my day around. And I think that's what really keeps me pushing because, like, I was them. I was there. I know the feeling that they feel. Like, I know that loneliness. I know that depression. I know all of those feelings and not being able to outlook to anybody. And, like, people from social media have, helped me. And it's crazy that I'm that person for someone else now. So, like, like it's just all full circle. I enjoy it. And, oh, the clothing line. That's a whole different story. I have been trying my best to get that thing out there. Like, so like a couple of these, I've been on a hunt for like quality shirts. And that was like the biggest thing. And the people that I wanted shirts from, they required me to email them a quote. They would get back to me like 2, 3 weeks later, and like with a quote thing. And then I'm trying to wholesale them. They want these tax ID numbers. They want all this and that. And I'm just like, all this business stuff. Everyone was just like, why don't you just order this from this website, this and that? I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to get no cheap shirts. Like, I want really good quality shirts because like you're gonna wear a t-shirt for how it feels, not what it looks like.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, I'll be honest with you, I've been very, very picky with a lot of the things that I've been choosing. And, I don't want to let people down. Like right now, I'm getting the rest of the funds for like the printing. I'm basically averaging about $30 per shirt that I'm paying for. And so, Like, I have a limited amount of quantity depending on how this first drop goes. And I don't know how much I'm going to be even selling these shirts because I'm trying to make profit. I think it's going to be good though. I like it. I like the design. I really love the design.
Is that the design that's on your page? The like with and it says Chino on there.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know what happened.
Okay. I don't know either. I was like in the middle of talking and I was like, and I looked down and there was like nothing. I kept saying hello. I'm like, oh
Yeah, I kept saying hello
well.
too, but there was nothing. Because I know it reached an hour. Maybe it just cut off at an hour. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it did. I have no idea. And it's all windy outside too, so well it was.
Oh, that's the city for you.
I know, tuba wind. I missed it.
Bipolar weather out that way.
Man, I missed that weather. Blew me back to his yard. They blew me into his DMs. Although
Damn.
dang, crazy the wind's back. What's up? Just kidding.
Oh, she's back.
Dang,
She didn't
that
comb
crazy
her
the wind
hair.
blew me here. Dang. Oh
But yeah,
shoot.
so you're talking about your clothing line.
Oh yeah, so like I'm still in the middle of it. I mean, I wasn't really pushing it too hard because the month that I was supposed to like get it out there, like the month prior, my mom was in the hospital. So um yeah, I just was like more focused on that. I'm actually still focused on my mom to this day. But yeah, so her her health was like a lot more important than everything that was going on in my life at the moment. So yeah, I put that aside and I'm hopefully gonna try to get that back out there again within like the next month. So just
So
be on the
you haven't
lookout.
watched anything yet, right?
What do you mean?
Like you haven't watched any of your like shirts or nothing. Like no product, right?
No, I haven't really so I've purchased like a lot of things. I'm just in the middle of like getting them all together now, like in the middle of making the product. Um we just been I think my guy and I are his name is DT. Um he's in Oklahoma and he has like a lot of jobs lined up too, so he's been like kind of like focused on working with other people as well. So we're just kind of like trying to find a mutual time for us to, start really like focusing on getting these shirts done and getting them like pressed and I don't know, printed on, I guess you can say.
Yeah,
And a lot of
yeah,
these
because
print shops out in Phoenix, and the print shops in Phoenix and everything too, they also, because I have like a large amount of quantity, they want me to have, there's this thing called a, fuck, what kind of number was it called? It was like an ID number that you have to
EIN,
have to do wholesale.
yeah,
And
EIN,
so like
and
I had to, yeah, I had to apply for all of that and everything, and it was just a bitch to get through everything. There's just so many obstacles I had to go through, and I finally got that done.
so
But yeah, so I
you're
had to like,
so you're filing for all those like the tax ID and all that stuff.
I did all those. I just actually got those. It took me like 2 months to get done with everything because I had to get state certified, um, which I got my certificate, and nobody can copy my design. So I'm basically
Yeah.
trademarked now. Um, and then I had to file for my business thing, my business tax ID and all that stuff too. And then I had to get my EIN. Um, yeah, I basically had to just do all this paperwork. It was just like a whole 2 months that I had to do everything. Now it's at the stage of like being able to order wholesale and wait for those wholesale items to arrive. And now I'm stuck in a dilemma of costing more money to make sure the prints stay on the shirt, like screen print them. There's like, I
Yeah,
think like three different ways to get this design on the shirt. There's three different ways. Because like I've noticed like when I get merch from people, I really look at like what they use, like and see how long, what the quality is of them.
yeah,
And sometimes people will just iron on their design because mine is like a multicolored design. So it's like fuck. So I have to like get either the iron-ons or get the screen printing and I don't know. There's just so many different ways of getting this on there, but I want to choose like one that's gonna last forever and withstand a dryer.
yeah.
Just in case. You know, there's just I didn't realize how technical it became. I was just like thinking about it and I'm like, dang, this is really technical. Like I didn't realize how technical
Yeah, if
these
you
were.
like, yeah, if you want like really good quality product out there, like you have to go through like find the right shirt, find the right print, find
Yeah,
someone
you
who
do all
knows
your
how to do all
research.
that. And
Oh yeah, and then you have and then it comes to the point where you're like, okay, you know what? Like I want to make sure I don't give like crap stuff because if they see that I do my first drop and my first drop is crap, they're not gonna take me serious. They're not gonna think that my clothing line means anything. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I want this to go further than anything. So like me choosing quality products and being serious about what I want to do, you know, it'll give people like the you know, people will take me seriously, and
yeah.
that's
And
what I
then with
want.
a good quality product, it's gonna be pricey too. So whoever's gonna buy your merch, like they gotta understand that if your prices are
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh, your prices are too high, like you should bring it down. But it costs you a lot more just to print and get the shirts and all that stuff. That's the part that people don't understand. Like when people put out like good quality product, like yeah, the prices are gonna be high because they paid a lot for for the
just to
materials
get
or
it.
to get it done right. To get it done right to the point where
Yeah,
like the shirt's not gonna tear, the print's not gonna come off. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
yeah, there sure is, and I'm glad you understand that because like a lot of people don't understand that, and they're just like, oh, you're just money hungry. You're like, no. I see that happen. I have like a few friends that are like clothing designers and stuff, and so like seeing them like go through all that, I'm like, geez, and I'm all scared to like even like put out clothes.
Yeah, yeah, but it is a
It'll all
lot.
come
It
together
is.
though.
It will.
Yeah, it will. I'm just very patient with it though. Like I'm not pushing. I'm not like, oh my God, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm just like, all right, when it happens, it happens.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm too patient.
But I just advise you like stay away from Gildan, that brand Gildan, because that's a
Ah, that's
really
exactly what I'm
cheap shirt.
talking about. I didn't want to like say that on the podcast because I was like, maybe he gets Gildan shirts. No,
I don't mess
heck
with Gildan
no.
at
I
all.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I was telling that to my friend because one of my friends who was like, "Why don't you just get whatever? Like if they're gonna buy it, they'll buy it. Like if they won't care. And if you do another like he's just like really adamant for me to put my stuff out. And I'm like, dude, like no." I was like, "Would you walk around in a cheap Gildan shirt with the print on it?" He was like, "No." He's like, "It's all itchy." I was like, "Exactly my point." I said, yeah, you're probably going to wear it the first time just because you're supporting your friend. I said, but you're not going to wear it because it looks fucking dope and because it feels good. I said, you're just going to wear it because you're there to support them. I said, no, I was like, I am not going to buy no cheap brand clothing. Like, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to do that. We're going to do this right. And so, like, it took him a while to finally understand. But, like, a lot of my other friends were like, yeah, dude, like, I understand what you're talking about. Like, yeah, they're like, we support you. Like, take your time in selecting, like, a company. So it's
Yeah,
been a
because
work in
a lot
progress.
of people use Gildan shirts and it's it's cheap. It's a cheap shirt. They
It
re-dye
is.
their shirts. They tear quick. I mean,
Hmm. I have a lot of merch from people, and they all have Gildan on it. That one or that
Gildan,
ugly
yeah.
ass. No, there's Gildan in this other one. It's fucking stretchy. It stretches literally within an hour. What's it called? It's lightweight. Um,
Bella,
Bella, Bella Canvas.
next level. Bella, yeah. Those
Canvas. It's
shirts
called
are,
Canvas. Canvas
yeah,
and Canvas
yeah,
Bella.
Bella
Those ones
canvas.
suck.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
both in
I
the
don't like those
same
ones
same
either.
family.
They're the same. Yeah, the same thing. Same thing. But dude, those ones stretch within like an hour. Like you'll be wearing the t-shirt, the neck is all stretched out, the shirt's all stretched out, like it gets baggier by the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like those. I don't like that one either. And then when you dry it, it's like paper. Like when you take it out of the dryer, it's like paper. And it's
yeah,
really
yeah, like,
staticky.
yeah, and it shrinks
Yeah,
really quick.
I've done my research on these.
That's good.
I'm actually ordering shirts from, let me see if I have a picture. Babe. I'm actually ordering shirts from Los Angeles Apparel. So their shirts, the one I'm getting, because I want it to last a little longer, I'm getting the heavyweight. There's a
I was
heavyweight
just
one
about
that
to
I really
mention
like.
that between
Yeah,
heavyweight and midweight, those are good shirts.
I like the heavyweight because at the time when I was selecting a shirt, I was the shirt with my logo. That's what I was going to do. That was my initial thing. And I knew I had to choose a heavyweight shirt because the lightweights get crunched up and it doesn't look as good as it is on a heavyweight shirt. So I was going through all these different ounces of shirts and like I was literally just like going through everything. And I came across that Los Angeles one and it was actually really nice. I liked the way it looked. I like the neck width. I like the length of the sleeves. It's how much it made a difference. But yeah, that's where I'm ordering from. They are like a smaller company, so you have to like email quotes
Hmm.
instead. That's what you would have to do, and you have to go by the whole like giving me like form and all that stuff for them to fill out, so you can buy wholesale from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, and then there was another one. It was a Hanes one that was a heavyweight too. It was a beefy tee. It was a unisex beefy tee. That one was like a kind of like a slimmer fit. It was like long but slimmer. And I didn't know about that one either. I was kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, I really like I did like all my research on freaking t-shirts and I literally was like looking at like the standard fit versus the fashion fit. Literally like about like the collar size, the shoulder length, the seams, the armholes, the torso, if it's a contour torso or a street torso, box tees. There was just so much into it. I didn't realize like, I was actually getting that technical.
Yeah, because when I first started selling shirts for my skateboarding brand, like in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. So like I did use like Gildan shirts like for the first maybe first order, but then
Yeah.
after that, then I started doing my research and wanting to know like what shirt is best, what shirt is better, and I found my shirts and I stuck with the same brand for like damn, probably like 6 years now.
Dang, that's nice.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
live and you learn.
Oh yeah, you do. You definitely do. I've been very like picky.
Yeah, that's good though. Like you want your product to be good and to be wearable and not like tear within like the first day or whatnot.
Yeah. I know, and I was telling my friends because they're like rappers and stuff. I was like, y'all better rock my shirt like on stage. Like, y'all better do something. Like I'm over
Especially
here all
because
stuff.
like you do like your adventures and stuff. You're always outdoors too.
Heck yeah. Like I know like a lot of I'm just so excited. Like I'm excited to do that and then like do a little bit of promo too with like some people and take promo photos. I'm just so excited about this whole thing. Every time I think about it, I get even more excited because I know it's coming soon.
Yeah.
I know it's been a long time coming. It's a long wait, but I'm just
How
so
long has it
happy.
been?
So I came up with a plan. It was just this random idea. I was actually on an Instagram live with a few people, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I should just make a shirt. I was like, I should just come up with a clothing brand. I was like, I should just come up with an outdoor brand. And they were like, what? I was like, you heard me. Like, I'm gonna come up with an outdoor brand. And I was like on a live, and they're like, what would you do with it? Like, what would you call it? What would you do this and that? And I was just like, I don't know, but it'll come. I was like, but I just had this crazy idea that I should do one. And then it just started from there. And then I was just like, fuck, I'm doing it. I'm really doing it. But this was like in December that I came up with the idea. And then I started really making moves like in February of a logo. I finally got my logo finalized in March, or no, 8th or February. I finally got my logo done, finalized, and then it was like at that point, I literally like asked around everywhere, like, can you do my logo? Can you do my logo? I looked at the work that they did, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't like it. Like something's missing, like something's not right. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself. So I did it myself and I came up with my own logo. Got that finalized, went through the state and all that. So it's been since like February that I've been really working on this stuff. And I started ordering things like in March because I was trying to do my drop in April. But when I was doing my ordering in March, is when my mom went into the hospital. So I kind of just put everything on hold. I literally just stopped everything because my mom was literally on her deathbed.
Wow.
Um, she chose to go on to hospice. So trying to like get myself prepared of losing my mom and stuff, like it was really hard. Like I didn't even want to do anything. And like my main focus was my mom. And so that's why I never really put out my work or anything like that. And that's why I never really like paid attention to it. But now that my mom's doing a lot better, I'm like, hey, maybe I can start again. Hey, maybe I'll be able to, do something with my logo now, or do something with my brand. And my mom's all rooting for me too. She's like, you need to do something about it. And I'm like, okay. She's like, stop messing around. She's like, do something about your logo or do something about your brand. I'm like, okay. So
so
that's
when
where I'm
you
at now.
so when you do your shirts, like what's next? What do you plan on like putting out next?
Um, I want to do,
Considering that it's an outdoor brand.
so I've been talking with this wool company who's willing to help me put out some um sweaters, wool sweaters. But they also want me to design the wool sweaters. And so I'm going to see if I can collaborate with them into providing the product. That way I can come up with the design for their product. And I don't know, that would be like kind of like a winter drop. They're still all in for it. Like they understand like everything that happened. So they're excited for that. They're excited to like I'm still working with them and everything. So they're excited to get started on all this too.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Thank you. I've been doing a lot of
Keep
work,
it up.
like behind the scenes.
Don't give up.
Yeah, I've been doing hella work. Like I've been doing a bunch of stuff. Like I've been staying busy, and it's insane that I'm like even home enjoying myself. I'm not even able to enjoy myself too at home because like I have the fair to plan. I've been asked to host this meet and greet for the fair in Tuba City. So now I'm the coordinator for that, and I'm getting all these influencers, like trying to come up with deals with all these influencers and everything. I have a crappy budget, and I gotta like I have to like persuade these guys, like, hey,
I'll give you a Navajo or I don't know. What do you? Okay, I was going to say Navajo taco, Indian taco. Like what? I don't like.
Navajo
Okay, this
taco.
is like the debate.
See,
Okay, no.
Navajo taco. Straight up Navajo taco, man.
Navajo
Represent.
taco.
They represent. They.
Represent. I don't know. There's like a big dilemma about Navajo taco, Indian taco, native taco. Like I don't know.
I
It's
put
just
on
like
my I put on my Facebook. I said there's Indian taco and then there's Navajo taco. I got a bunch of backlash. I was like, I don't care
oh
what you gotta
shit,
say. I don't care what you guys say. It's Navajo taco. Why? Because I
native
make it.
taco.
Because I make Navajo tacos. It was funny because
It's a
like one
cake.
year, so my mom, she was really sick. Okay, she had like open heart surgery and all that. I had to take her to dialysis. I was working like at a restaurant, and I was just like, fuck, like I'm barely making ends meet. And I needed money to take her to dialysis and Flagstaff. So I was like, crap, like what the heck? Like, how can I make money? And I was like, dude, I should just sell Navajo tacos. And my mom was like, you should just do it. So I did. And people fucking, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm gonna brag. Like people loved it. People fucking loved it. And they bought, like I would sell out within an hour. Like,
Ew.
I'm not even joking. Like people would buy it and then they'll come back and be like, can we get this much more? Like, can we get this much more? Like, and I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, like we really love your beans. Like, this is the first time these chili beans actually taste good. It's not all watery and this and that, whatever. And I'm like, holy shit. They're like, you use quality products for your food and your bread just like tears apart easily. It's not all rubbery and this and that. They're like literally like talking about it. I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, it's just so colorful. Like it's not all plain and chunky like all these other ones. And they're like, they would literally say stuff like that. I'm like, holy crap. And people would literally order like seven of them. Like I'm not even joking. Like I
Damn.
would I would literally put up a Navajo taco sale and I would show you, like I would tell you, like, dude, like I'm gonna sell it within an hour. And like I would make about a good $500-$600 in one day just
Yeah.
selling Navajo tacos. I'm like, shit. And then when I started raising my prices, they were like, it's okay. Like, I don't care if you raise your prices. This is really good. I'm like, heck yeah. And so
How
like
much
people
you
will be
sell them
at,
for?
I started off at $5 because I wanted to make sure like they would sell. And
Yeah.
then I raised them to $6. And then I raised them to $7 and $8. And I was, yeah, the last one I sold was about $8. And so like I only did that because I needed help with my mom's expenses. And then And then now people are messaging me. Like I'll still get messages to this day. They're like, "Hey, like, are you ever gonna sell Navajo tacos again?" I'm like, I don't know. Like I only did it because of my mom. They're like, "You should sell some more tacos. And your tacos are really good." I'm like, "Heck yeah!" Like I will. So like, I don't know. I just said that, but maybe I should.
Yeah. Well, I gotta try one of your Navajo
Heck yeah,
tacos
man.
whenever,
They're famous on the yard sale page.
whenever I'm back in Tuba.
Yep. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, just call it Chino tacos.
Hey, Navajo tacos.
But
Navajo
yeah,
taco.
that's cool though. I mean, people like your
Dude,
food, your Navajo tacos.
I freaking love to cook, man. I think that's what a lot of people like know me for. I don't know if you've ever seen my Instagram, but on my Instagram highlights, I have like a cooking one because people always wanted to like see what I was cooking, and they're like, just make it a highlight. I'm like, all right, cool. But I have all of the food that I would make on that little highlight, and it's gone to the point where like people are requesting cooking videos too. So, yeah, I love cooking. I'm like the cook of the family. So I'm like always the one making things for everybody. Like every home I go to, they're like, oh, can you cook for us? I'm like, fuck, yeah. So, but yeah,
Have you ever, since you like to cook, like, do you like to do new recipes, like maybe like a vegan dish or a plant-based dish? The reason why I
all
ask
the
is because
time.
I'm plant-based and I'm vegan, so
Oh, heck yeah,
yeah, so
dude. I actually wanted to do that. I actually want to go plant-based. I really do. Like I feel like it's a lot healthier and I don't know, I feel like there's like a you can feel a difference because I did it for like a week and a half and I remember like I felt a lot different. I was a little sluggish in the beginning, but dude, that's really
Yeah.
cool. I'm all excited. Like that's I'm excited for you. Like I'm happy that you're doing that. My sister did it. She lost a lot of weight too.
Yeah, like I'm going on 5 years now.
What?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Dude, that is so dope.
That's something that people don't really know about me. Like I'm more of like a private person. I don't really put my personal
Yeah.
business out there. But when
Yeah,
I
you're not
tell
like
them that,
me.
they like
Me.
get all
Sweet.
surprised.
That is crazy. That's cool.
Yeah, so some of my family members are, oh, I think they all know now. But when I first like posted about it on my Facebook or whatnot, like people were just like all surprised and like they were like really questioning like why are you doing this? Like what the fuck? Like but it was just a lifestyle that I chose because
Yeah.
it is a lot more healthier. Well, in my opinion, it's a lot healthier. It does make a big difference.
Yeah, it does.
And the thing too is about like people think like living this lifestyle like their food is like they think like the food is ugly and it doesn't taste good, but there's foods that are actually taste delicious and wonderful. And I took one of my friends over to like a vegan restaurant one time, and he was like really skeptical about it. He's like, I don't want to eat here. I go, dude, trust me, you're gonna love the food. And I got him this dish. I forgot what it was called, but then he ate it. Because he was skeptical at first, like trying it, like he was just looking
Yeah.
at it, like playing with it, like what the fuck. I go, dude, just eat it. Trust me. And he ate it, and then like his facial expression was like, "What the fuck? This is actually good." And he finished the plate, which was cool. But there is good food out there when you're plant based, and
Dude, that's so cool. I did not know that. That is pretty awesome.
yeah. Because in the beginning, when you first start out, like you can't just dive into it. You have to slowly like start weaning yourself off of like the processed foods and everything that you've been consuming your whole life because your body's like so used to that type of foods.
Yeah.
So you just have to start out slowly. And once you start doing that, like your body starts kind of adjusting to it. But then like you have that that part of your brain telling you like I want a pizza, I want a hamburger, I want meat or like the same shit that you've been eating for a long time, like junk food and shit. And it's a discipline
Yeah.
too, like if you have those cravings and like what and it's a big discipline in the beginning, but once you like actually like get into it more, then like you start not wanting those types of foods. And because like when you think of those foods, it's like in my mind it's like I kind of like get like sick just like thinking about it, like because of all the processed foods and whatever they be putting in these foods nowadays,
Yeah.
like all these chemicals and all this crap.
Dude, that's pretty cool. I think I need to like at least like play around with that. Flirt with
Yeah.
veganism for a bit.
But yeah, I mean, it has a lot of health benefits. It's for some people and it's not for some people. But don't knock it till you try it, you know.
Yeah, true. True.
But yeah, I still get shit from people here and there, but I'm just like, whatever.
That is funny. Like I understand that too. You get made fun of, it's just a native family, I guess. Native families just make fun of you regardless.
Yeah, I also eat like the delivery. and then like you go to all these different restaurants and stuff like that to pick up people's foods, and like you can just smell it. Like hot, mainly thing was like hot wings and pizza, and it's just like
Yeah,
smelling up the car and shit. I'm like, wow, this just smells so good. I don't really know if it's a lifestyle or whatnot. It's just something that I not wanted to do, but something that I needed to do for my
just
health.
started. You just kept it.
Yeah,
That's really good
because
though.
with
I'm proud of
food,
you.
yeah, thanks. And with food, like the thing too, like people don't understand, like food is supposed to give you energy. It's supposed to make you feel good and not make you feel sluggish and sleepy or whatnot.
Yeah,
Like when you really understand food, then you'll understand like what your body's supposed to be taking in. Because have you like ever noticed like when you eat like food like meat or whatever, like a big meal, like you just feel tired and sluggish
yeah,
after you eat. And when you eat clean, like bananas, fruits, or whatever diet you're on, like you have like so much energy, and it's weird. It's hard to talk about it with people because they kind of like don't get it. They just like eat whatever they want to eat. It's hard for me to explain to people.
it's a lot to explain.
Yeah, it is a lot to explain, to be honest.
Like I feel like this one, I feel like it feels like I'm able to talk to you and I'm able to like like share my story and I'm comfortable and like I think that that was just kind of that's what I get from this and I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's good that you opened up, especially on the podcast. And to me, it's like,
Yeah, and you're like very relatable. Like once I heard like yeah I'm from Tuba and I'm like oh heck yes you understand where like I'm from. My life is just this huge sad story. But I try my best. I think that's probably why like I try my best to like stay positive through a lot of things because I've seen a lot of things. I've witnessed like growing up like and to this day my mom still lives in the same house and it's just I don't know. It's crazy, but I'm still proud. I'm still proud of to be from Tuba, and you gotta love it. I'm just kidding.
what's one thing that your YouTube venture did that you didn't expect?
uh, they blow up. Just kidding. I don't know. I would say getting me known and with people that I would have never thought I would have become friends with. It helped me become really great friends with people. Um, and that's how I met a lot of these people that I know now, like through my YouTube and through networking, and people began to like see like my vlogs and stuff. And I just thought like, dude, all I do is just vlogs. Like I really don't have a talent. Like, but they're like, no, like your TikToks and stuff like that, that is a talent. And I'm like, but no, like it's technically not. And I'm just like trying to argue that I don't have talent. I'm just like, dude, can you just accept the fact that I don't have talent? Like you guys are freaking like comedians. You guys are musical artists. You guys are like rappers. You guys are freaking into like all of these different industries. Like you guys are designers. You guys are models. I'm literally just here as a YouTuber. Like, come on now.
Do you
And
edit
I'm
your
like,
own videos?
I do. Okay, so I guess
How long does it
I'm
take?
a videographer and I'm a I'm just kidding.
Editor.
I'm an editor, video editor.
How long does it take you to edit a video?
Oh, forever. How do I know how to explain that one? It's so hard. I think every vlogger can relate. We hate editing videos because it's like you have to go through each clip. I hate talking videos too, like videos where I have to talk and I have to re-listen to everything and all that stuff. I'm like, I just want to get to the adventure part to where like I just show clips of like the adventure. But yeah, like editing, I think it would take me like a week because like I can only give myself a certain amount of time during the day before I like start getting bored and I just start like throwing things together and like not even care. So I give myself a certain amount of time every single day to kind of like edit. So I have like a fresh set of mine and I was like all excited to edit my video. But it's a process because I have to go through each clip to decide which clips that I do want in there. And then once I'm in there, I add all my clips into one, check the time to see like how much, because I try to usually make my videos under like 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, this video is like 15 minutes. I have like 40 minutes of stuff, of footage. So I start cutting fluff. And then I start cutting all the fluff, all the stuff that I don't need. I'm like deleting a lot of things. Once I do that, I'm like editing the talking parts of it. Once I've done my talking, then I'm like, okay, now that I got my talking, which videos need sound, that don't need sound, and I'll do all that. Add my sound into it, and then add all my text in there, everything. Just ugh, all my transitions. There's just so much.
There's a lot.
See what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying I'm like, dude, like, and then like when I get like bored of it, like I'll go in about a good hour and a half into it, and then I get bored, and I'm just like I'll just like, I don't need this in there. I don't need in that there. Like, I don't need this. Like, oh, I don't want to edit this part, and I'll just like just do a trashy video, and then that's why I give myself time because I'm like, okay, like I'll get like I come in with a clear, exciting feeling again, and I'll continue to edit it. So it takes me about a
Yeah,
week.
same thing with wow. Yeah, because with podcasting is the same thing. Like, which clips are going to be in the pod? Like, which ones do I need to cut out? And same thing with you. Like, put in the ones you want, take out the ones that doesn't really fit, and it's just like because like you with me like I try to make the podcast like an hour, maybe hour and a half.
This is gonna be one hell of a one you gotta edit.
The, you know,
Good luck on this one.
I'll do my best on this one. This is pretty cool. I never had like talk to someone this long for 3 hours.
This literally feels like just like a phone call I'm having with my homie.
For
That's what it
real.
feels like. It doesn't even feel like a
For
podcast
real.
anymore. I was all nervous earlier, then I just got all comfortable. I'm literally laying in my bed right now, just kicking my feet up, just chilling.
Chill. There you go. Yeah, because I'm sitting in this beanbag chair too, and I'm all just relaxed.
I know, me too. I'm just like, heck yeah, just having this conversation and everything.
For real.
Well, dude, I'll be honest with you. You've gotten to know me a lot more than a lot of people, even more than a lot of my friends have. So, I mean, this is a really great podcast, by the way. Like, you really opened me up into this person that I was able to communicate with other people. I wasn't, it was really hard for me to like open up about these type of things because like people don't believe my trauma. They don't believe the things that I've been through. And, it's kind of hard to communicate those things because I'm just like, dude, like, yeah, I've lived it. I've been through there, and I'm really glad I'm able to tell my part and my side of the story of like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then I just told myself, like, you got to do something. And after hearing that I got this job, like, it literally just made me feel so much better. Like, my girls are finally home. Like, there's just so much things that I have. Like, I literally wished, like, I was literally laying there one night. I saw a falling star. It was funny because I don't believe in those things, or the whole shooting star thing. But I was laying there and I'm like, you know what? I was like, please just make this a new leaf turn over. Like, make this leaf turn over for me. Please. I'm begging you. I don't know what it is that you just keep pushing at me. I don't know what chemicals that you keep throwing at me. Like, I know I'm freaking strong, man. Like, I know it. Like, can you just give me a fucking break and like let this leaf turn over for me and let this be a great beginning for myself, please. And then like, oh my God, like a week later, I'm like, oh, you got the job. Oh, your kids are coming home. Oh, your contract's only gonna be 4 weeks long. Oh, we can pay you right now. Oh, this and that, whatever. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? Like I don't know what kind of star that was. I don't know what kind of ball of gas that was, but but it helped. It helped me, and I don't know. Like I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I've been so happy this past week. I literally have been so happy. Like I feel like I'm like, yeah, I want to vlog again. I want to do this. Like I'm just so amped up because I don't know. I'm just full of like things are finally going my way. Finally being able to get some good news and getting a really great job that has like benefits and everything, and the fact that they believed in me because I had nothing but healthcare on my background, and this is like a completely different job. It's an office job, and I'm just like, dude, I really hope that they took a leap of faith with me. Damn. I have not used a computer since like 2012.
Damn, that long?
Yes, like the only thing I've ever done was just chart, and that was just basically vital signs, like skin assessments, like literally that's it. That's all I freaking do on a computer. I've never done like the whole like, oh, like change your files from the D folder to the C folder or something like that, or like all those crazy spreadsheets and stuff. Like I data entry, like I've never done any of that. So I'm just kind of like, okay, this is brand new to me. So, but yeah,
This is cool. I'm enjoying this.
me too. I know earlier I was like, dude, I gotta get dinner done before I get on this podcast. So I was like, I'll freaking try to make dinner, and then like you were like sending me the link. I was like, dude, so let's push this back a little 30 more minutes really quick. And so like I was like whipping up dinner really quick, and I was like, you guys gotta eat now. And it was funny.
Just put in some hot dogs.
Names cold hot dogs.
Microwave hot dogs.
Ew, they're all wiggly. They're all like all
They're all good.
what the heck do you call curvy hot dogs? They get
Oh
all ugly in
shit.
the microwave.
That's like the fastest way to cook the hot dog.
They're all ugly though. They taste all ugly. They taste different.
True.
I have this little tiny grill. Those little tiny like grill things that you put like one patty on. I have one of those
Yeah.
and I cook my hot dogs on it. I cook
Eee.
my hot dogs on those. I just close the lid on it. My little
Hot
McForman
dogs.
grill.
Hot dogs with macaroni.
Ew. Hot dogs don't
Ew.
even cook. You just add it in the macaroni.
Just cut it up. Oh, cold.
Just cut it up. They're all cold still. You just add it in there.
Fuck.
Yeah. That was
How did your meet and greet go? The one that you just recently had?
the Indigenfest one.
Yeah.
I didn't go. Just kind of like had to look
Oh.
around. Yeah. I just wasn't able to go. And then they already had it. And I was like, great. And then I was like already on my way to like New Mexico too to help because my friend he had his birthday party, so he asked me to coordinate his birthday party and put it together. So I basically did. And yeah, so I ended up going back out to Albuquerque still, but that being great. I heard it went really well. I wasn't able to go. It sucked. I really wanted to go too.
How did they come up with Indigifest? Like who came up with that?
His name is Jeff Bryant. He's a TikToker,
Mm.
and he's the one who wanted. He's the one who like came up with everything. I don't know how he got it together. I literally have zero idea. But he just invited me, so I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, I got invited to be a part of this float on I got invited to be a part of this float at the Navajo Nation Fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna be a part of that in September, and then I also have
September?
yeah, Navajo Nation fairs in September, the first week I think of September.
Where at?
Winter Rock.
Oh, Winter Rock. I thought you were talking about Tuba. I was like, they
Oh
didn't
no,
until October.
that one's in October.
October? Yeah.
Yeah, the
So that's the
6th.
last one.
Yeah, the 6th to the 9th.
Wow, it was pretty cool talking to you.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's good talking to you too.
Do you have any final thoughts or advice for the people?
Don't give up, even though the world seems like it's crashing around you and you feel like everything is just not going your way. In due time, with patience and everything will fall together. You just have to believe that it will. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on, if you have kids, don't give up on your children. Live your life the way you want it to. Live happy. Live with kindness. Live just just live. Just live and have fun with every little thing that you do. Make it fun. And everything is all in perspective. The way you look at a situation, it's all in perspective. It's just changing your mindset and becoming more positive literally helps you. And cutting out all the toxic people in your life is not only just because it's not because you disrespect them, it's because you respect yourself enough to take care of yourself. Just take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take care of your soul. Feed yourself with good thoughts, good food, and good energy, and reciprocate that to everybody else. Hell yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate you coming onto the podcast. That was KL Chino.
Heck yeah. Thank you for having me. This is KL Chino again. If you do not follow me, please do so. You can find me at KL Chino on all my social media platforms. I recently did make a Twitter. So follow me on all of those: Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you for having me. This is a really great podcast. I really, really appreciate you. I am so happy you were able to see another side of me that I don't really express myself to a lot of people. Thank you so much for being comfortable with me about this, and especially discussing sensitive topics like I have. I really, really do appreciate you.
I appreciate you for coming on the podcast. Like I said, it was fun. We dove deep. So,
Heck yeah.
whew, again, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on the podcast. That was KL Chino. Make sure you guys go follow her on all her social medias. Follow her YouTube channel. And y'all just stay blessed and stay happy out there. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't give up. With that being said, we out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. So that's all I got for you on this episode. Until next time, make sure y'all go like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Naqwatsveni Skateboarding on Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify. Pourquoi? So that's all I got for you today on this episode. Please do me a favor and share the podcast. And if you want to support Naqwatsveni Skateboarding and the podcast, don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel, click that subscribe button, like the videos, and comment. Those quick and easy things really do help us to reach more people. Also, don't forget to visit us on our website at squareup.com/Naqwatsveni Skateboarding for the latest Naqwatsveni apparel, such as shirts, skateboards, hoodies, hats, grip tape, stickers, and more. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Kwa for listening.